D-Roy Cruz again, your life applications officer. Let's move on here with part 4. Next question that I wanted to clarify is, what keeps you gay? I mentioned something about that in the first video. What keeps you gay? And again, I've learned over the years from being friends with homosexuals that what keeps you gay is politics. What keeps you gay is the idea that you are a quitter if you opt out, or you are making it confusing if you opt out, okay? You feel that you made an oath when you said, I'm coming out of the closet and I'm going to be gay. You are an activist. You are a soldier in a movement. And that is what keeps you gay. But people that don't confess of their gay behavior, they don't tell people that they're gay, usually don't have to worry about staying gay, because they can quit, they can opt out at any time. Okay? Go back to the first video, you'll see that I say that the reason why gay marriage is not correct, the reason why you can't be a gay Christian, the reason why gayism is under such scrutiny is because nobody is really gay. You're only gay by sexual appetite. You're not gay because you were born gay. You're not gay because you're not even gay because you're having gay sex. You're gay because you decided to call yourself that and make a lifestyle out of it and get into this attitude of evangelism where you're going to evangelize others into the movement. That is the agenda. That is what the gay movement is all about. It's not about, oh, these group of victims out there that need to be accepted. Accepted by who? If nobody is going to feed, anyone that doesn't feed into your libido, it doesn't make sense for them to support your gayism any more than it makes sense for a Republican to support a Democrat. Okay? It doesn't make sense. It's not necessary. The only thing you need from the general population is respect. We respect that though we don't agree with you, it is your right to be gay. It is your right. You have the human rights to have a job, to, be treated like everybody else. As far as gay marriage, you can stick your head in the toilet. That's wrong. Okay? And when you sit there and talk about Planned Parenthood, talk about a gay couple, two same-sex people raising a child, you should just kill yourself. Just kill yourself. It's our secret. I'll be quiet about it. I won't tell nobody. I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being very angry. I'm being very serious. Although I'm being sarcastically serious. That is wrong, and you're going to burn in hell for that. These kids know in their genetic makeup, they know, why does both my parents have a Peter between their legs? I remember when my kids were little. I remember how, like, I raised my stepdaughter's daughter when she was little, because my stepdaughter got herself into some trouble and she asked me to raise her child for her. The system asked me to raise her child for her. So I did. I raised my granddaughter Sharday. I raised her up until she was like 1.5 years old. Okay. She was a newborn. Okay. That child and I had a bond. That child knew what time I got home from work. And when she was like, when my stepson was babysitting her for me while I was working at the YMCA, that child would, I don't know how she did it, but she kind of like knew around the time. It was in her intuition when I was going to walk through that door. And she would stand up in the playpen, you know, as she got a little bit older. She would stand up in the playpen to greet me all the time. Most cutest thing ever. She was so happy to see me. We had a bond. But there were times when I could not get her to stop crying. And I've had women that would go to the hospital with me and stuff like that. There's something about a woman's embrace, whether the child is a female or a male, that a male cannot imitate. He cannot take the place of that. It is a scientific fact that children that don't have a mom, okay, have issues of you know, trouble sleeping and trouble, you know what I'm saying? The mom's breast is not filled with milk just to give the baby milk. But a mom's breast is a child's pillow. It is the way a child bonds with his mom. And, you know, even when my girls were little, okay, there's times that daddy can't do it. It was all about mom. And when we separated, okay, when we divorced, who was they going to live with? They're going to live with mom. Okay? Now imagine a child, something happened between a gay couple. Okay, imagine how much is missing there. You cannot tell me that this is okay, that this is okay. And that's not even in my notes, so I'm not going to spend time on that, but it's just utterly wrong. It's just wrong. Okay, anytime there's able to be a woman in the picture, there should always be a woman in the picture. Now, I do believe that 2 lesbians can raise a child better than 2 men. However, any child that's raised by 2 same-sex people, and that child starts to learn that they're actually a couple, that they actually, you know, they know, it's in their intuition. Even though they weren't raised on heterosexuality, they know something's wrong with that picture. And let's say, okay, the child is being raised by 2 men. When he goes out in public and he sees women, he knows that he's missing that right there. He's missing a woman. Little girls, when they're raised by 2 women, they're so curious about men, and they do all kinds of things to get men to take spots in their lives. And sometimes they don't know how to do that because they weren't taught. Sometimes it's sex. Sometimes it's, there's a lot of girls out there to go after older men because they never had a father in their life. I mean, I've seen some of the most childish acting adult women talk about how they want to be with an older man. And they told me why, because, they like older men because older men care about more important things than just, sex and going to school and going to work and all like that. I've had women tell me that didn't have a father in their life. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. I want to pause this for a second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. that I was just talking about, that's a different video for a different topic. But it's all part of this gay movement. That's the kind of gay, like, I don't care if two people think they're married. I don't care if two people think they're in love. I don't care if two people want to buy a house on the beach and, play husband and wife, play house, okay, when they both got Peters between their legs or they both got vaginas, whatever. Okay, but when you put the children involved, okay, that's when I become an activist. That's when I feel like protesting. That's when I feel like being a bigot, okay, and tell you just how I feel, because that's wrong. And I think even a lot of gays agree with me, a lot of atheists agree with me, a lot of Christians agree with me, a lot of Democrats agree with me. That is wrong. Okay? You don't put children through that. This is where you stop and say, okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about this agenda to force equality on what cannot be equal. Heterosexual relationships, especially heterosexual marriage, is never equal to any gay, lesbian relationship, period. Like I said in the first video, okay? There's a reason, even though women don't need, penises as much as men need vaginas, per se. There's a reason why a woman would give herself to a man in a relationship. It ain't because the man smells all that great and she just loves his hairy, smelly body and she just a penis freak. But she's in love with the design. She's in love with the principle. She's in love with the fact that the opposite makes her a woman. Not the same. It's the opposite. That's why guys make a big deal about being able to get to plan B with women, because when women are attracted to you as a cocky, macho, so-called alpha type of person, that shows, that identifies with you as a man, as well as her identifying with herself as a woman. There's a reason why women are in love with jocks. There's a reason why women are in love with insensitive men. And there's a reason why some men are in love with women who need to chill, okay? But anyway, role-playing exposes gayism. I don't care what kind of game you play. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. You cannot lay on your back well enough. You cannot open your legs well enough. You cannot have enough orgasms within a week. Okay? You cannot enjoy it enough. You cannot think about it enough. You cannot, put lingerie and makeup and lipstick on enough and do your hair enough in order to play the role of a woman. And I'm speaking of bottoms and transgenders. Stop being a clown. It does not exist. And I've had a woman right here on YouTube on my channel tell me, a woman that was transgender or a transgender guy, I don't know if she was a transgender dude or a transgender woman, but he, she, whatever that was, told me the only thing that separates men and women is the thing between their legs, which means absolutely nothing. I'm like, what? I said, that's your problem. That's your problem. That's your problem. We talked about God is love. God is love. And God is love, okay, because he died on the cross for your sins, which include fornication, which includes homosexuality, adultery, sleeping with minors, prostitution, you name it. Okay? And I don't care if the Catholic Church is starting to give platform to same-sex relationships and claim that you can be gay and be a Christian. Yeah, you can be gay and be religious, not a Christian, but you can be gay and be religious, like I said earlier, on this planet. But in reality, there's no such thing as a gay Christian, because just like every other form of sexual desire, you have to nail that sexual desire to the cross before you can pass go. You got to give up your fornication. Bible says, present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed to the renewing of your mind. That's why homosexuality is up here. So is transgender dysphoria. So is the whole thing about, same-sex relationships. It's all mental. It's all outside of reality. Okay? Love is not love. Love is principle. Love is principle. Love is principle. Sex is not love. Sex is not love. Sex, let me break it down for you. You can have, especially a woman. A woman can have sex with someone, and I imagine even if she's gay, she can have, someone touching you and helping you have an orgasm or whatever, whether they're using their hand or their body parts or whatever, okay? That puts you in a relationship, but that doesn't make it love. Oh yes, that puts you in a relationship. That attaches you to that person. How do people get divorced every day for the smallest reasons after they've had the greatest sex you can imagine? They're having great sex, but they get divorced for overnight for just about the stupidest reason. Why? Because it's not love just because you're having great sex. Or you found someone that actually gives you the sex that you've been looking for or whatever. Sex is sex. Now, a lot of Christians that are pushing this, you can be gay and be a Christian agenda, they'll say, well, if you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 7, it says to avoid, yes, it says to avoid sexual immorality, which includes homosexuality. Let each man have his own wife and each woman her own husband. It all depends on how we define homosexuality. We define homosexuality as a sexual construct that is not God's sexual construct. There's only one sexual construct, and that is a man and a woman, a biological male with a biological female, in love, in marriage, holy matrimony. Nothing else. Not boyfriends, not girlfriends, not lovers, not homosexuals, not ex-wife with ex-husband. No. It's two people who got married and as they grow together in marriage and in love, their love grows. Okay? But yes, you can be content with anything that satisfies you in the bedroom or whatever. That doesn't mean it's love. If you go out and you sleep with the same prostitute all the time, and you got a wife at home, does that mean you're in love with your prostitute? You treat your prostitute better than your wife. Does that mean that you love her? Okay. If you know what I'm saying, if you go out and have a one night stand and then you do it again because it was so good, does that mean that you love the person? Okay, so really, it's not, sex is not love. Sex is part of love once love has been fulfilled. But sex is for the married couple to celebrate their love. Sex does not create the love, as I said before. I challenge anybody to not have any gay sex for a while and see if they still think they're gay. Okay? All right? I challenge anybody to do that. Okay? All sex out of God's plan for marriage is crooked. Okay? All sex out of God's plan for marriage is crooked. So it's not about gay and straight. It's about straight and crooked. Okay? It's about straight and crooked, because even if you are just, sleeping around, you lose your virginity with a condom. Okay, you are just as guilty as homosexuals. Virginity, a girl losing her virginity, a man too, but when you lose your virginity, it's supposed to be special. And the only way you can lose your virginity is through heterosexuality. If a man has never been inside a vagina, he's never lost his virginity. If a woman has never had her teats torn, as the Bible says, by a penis, okay, she's never lost her virginity. Okay? Nothing else does to a vagina what a penis does on the day of consummation. Not a dildo, not a spoon, not an ink pen, not a finger, nothing. Only the penis is able to go in there and what is that, the part of the vagina that gets ripped when a woman loses her virginity, okay? But you're not going to get that out of any kind of same-sex relationship. A girl laying down with another girl she's not going to lose her virginity. Okay? So virginity and reproduction are the two things that debunk the whole LGBTQ community, because biological women are able to have babies. Okay? Biological males who think they are women are not. Okay? Men who think they're in love with a man and they think they're playing a role as the more feminine one, okay, that doesn't get you pregnant. You're not going to have a baby come out of your butthole. Okay? Or out of your ball socket. Okay? It's not going to happen. You'd have to adopt a child and practice the most satanic relationship ever. Put this child under in the most horrible place to be ever. Okay? So that's, now I got all my notes out of the way. Now I can get into finishing up my actual thing. So hold on, I gotta pause this. I had to turn my air fryer off. Got my chicken, and my chicken's done. You don't have to cook legs that long in the air fryer, because legs are all one piece, one bone. So, and the meat is evenly around the bone. It's not hiding out here and hiding out there like it does in wings, okay? Thighs are my favorites, but I've been really getting in the legs lately. Anyway, that has nothing to do with the topic. But anyway, let me get back to my notes. Get back to finishing this out. So if I don't get it done in this video, I will definitely get it done in the next one. Praise God. Okay? I'm almost done here. But I had to do this. This is something that I've been thinking about all day yesterday, and I had to do this. Man, I'm not supposed to be in Chrome. Get out of there. Where's my quick memo? There it is. Okay. Where are we at here? Here we go. So, we talked about gay sex. Gay sex makes you gay wrong. Okay, now here's number 5. Homophobia is a bad thing. No, it's not. Because if you don't agree with something, then you don't talk about it. If you don't agree with something, that's just like if there's somebody that is trying to provoke me by saying certain things, trying to provoke me to get into a fight, or you know what I'm saying, there's different things that people can talk about. And or let's say there's a guy who he's a people believe he's a sex offender, but he just never got caught, but he wants to hang out with me. I'm gonna run from the guy, because you know what I'm saying, if I catch him around a kid in front of me, I might end up in jail. I might do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're a drug addict and you trying to stay away from drugs, you don't hang around people that do drugs. You don't let people come and introduce you to a new drug. You just stay away from anybody that tampers with that stuff. Not into marijuana, then why are you hanging around with people that smoke it? Okay? Has nothing to do with, oh, you're afraid that if you hang out with gays, you might become gay. Okay. What if you are afraid of becoming gay? What if you are? Okay. What if you are? Name one thing in this world where people don't have a phobia about that you can honestly say they shouldn't have a phobia about. Even the water, for God's sake. If you know that you ain't a top swimmer, don't go to the ocean and get in the water. Because if all the people in the water are swimming and having a good time and surfing and all like that, you get in that ocean, you go down, ain't nobody coming to get you. They was too busy having fun, they're not coming to get you. But what these gays do is they try to take straight people on gay training. They try to convert straight people to gay training. And who do homosexuals go after? When, we're in my life, the gay people I know, unless they go to a gay bar or a gay club or something, or get online and look for gay people, they're not going to meet too many gays, because all the gays are all scattered. You know what I mean? If I get on the bus every day, there may be one gay person that might be on there during the whole trip. Okay? But I've been in situations where I've said, okay, he's gay. I can imagine them being a couple. Never happens. Never happens. But you'll go and you'll talk to somebody else I know that you know and I know is straight. But you want to talk about them as if they were gay, and we all know they were straight. They're straight. But you want to go after them when there's a gay dude right there you could be hooking up with. Y'all look like y'all might make a nice couple. Why are you going after the straight kid? See what I'm saying? Homophobia is not a bad thing. Because if you don't agree with something, you stay away from it. We'll worry about whether or not I'm really tempted, or whether I have a prejudice or whatever later. The first thing to do is, if I don't agree, why be there? Why be there? If I don't trust you, why be there? If I'm not into your religion, why am I going to your church? The homophobia is not a bad thing. I don't care why does it bother you if somebody's homophobic? That's the most honest thing ever. People need to quit saying, oh, I'm not homophobic, and just say, so? What if I am homophobic? Because if you choose not to do anything gay, it is your moral capacity that compels you to do that. There's no other reason, or, well, yeah, some people have so much pride, they have a reputation, okay? But the main reason for you to turn down, any sexual construct or gender or whatever is based on your moral code, not based on, personal biases. So what's wrong with being homophobic? I don't see nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being homophobic. Just perfectly fine. Okay? Nothing wrong with being homophobic. Rainbow clothing and flags are to connect gays to gays. I found that to be a lie. Because gays getting together, they're not even communicating with each other in most of the cases. But one of the things that I've known in the workplace is that gay people getting themselves in trouble because they think that they can walk up to straight people and just get straight people to do something gay the way straight people can. A guy can't walk up to another guy and get something going on like a woman can walk up to that guy and get something going on. A woman who is not a lesbian, okay, you can't walk up to her and get her to be a lesbian, okay, just by rubbing her arm or rubbing her back. That doesn't make her want to be a lesbian. Okay? People make decisions about sex. They don't fall into it. Heterosexual people, that is. They make decisions about sex. They make decisions about who they date. They don't just fall into, oh, I'm having a gay moment. No, it doesn't work like that. Oh, I'm here having a heterosexual moment. Then she'd be sleeping with every guy in town. No, you make decisions about sex like a grown-ass man, excuse my French, or a grown-ass woman. You make decisions. You don't just like, oh, well, since we're here, hey, I touch you, you touch me. No, we don't do it like that. I know a lot of gay people that do, though. Okay? It's like that. They'll sit there and say they got a preference, but then they're at that point where they'll get anybody straight. They don't care who it is. It could be an old man with a cane. They'll take advantage of that old man and try to do something freaky with him. They don't worry about age. They don't worry about looks. They don't worry about, and I'm not saying that for all gays, but I'm saying a lot of y'all. Y'all don't worry about no age. Y'all don't worry about no race. Y'all don't worry about nothing. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? There's more morals about gay sex and porn than there is in real life. Because at least you can go in there and find a category, okay, and find something in your preference, if that's what you want to do. Okay? But I've seen people like we can't be friends first. We can't get to know each other first. It's got to be, oh, well, what does that mean? Every gay person is a male prostitute until he wants to go out there and play this game of gay marriage? Like, women don't do that. Like, women don't just jump from having sex with strangers to getting married. But gay people do. They'll go from, hey, man, you want to do something freaky? to oh, you've been doing it freaky enough, so let's get married, and then, oh, hey, you want to adopt some kids. You know, it's wrong. It's wrong. Rainbow clothing and flags do not bring gay people together. Until they get together. Rainbow flags and clothing don't bring gay people together till gay people get together. Then, okay, y'all want all these straight people to know you gay by wearing your colors. Ain't none of y'all sleeping with each other. But y'all want us to know that you're gay. But if we're really straight, we don't give a rat's ass if you're gay. Why do we need to know that? Okay? And being I'm talking nasty stuff, a little language won't hurt. Because just, yeah. All right? One more before I close. Bisexuality is a platform. Oh, number 8, we're going to have fun with that, so I'll save that for the next video. Number 8 is out of this world, y'all. You're going to be pissed when I talk about number 8. But number 7, bisexuality is a platform? No, it's not. However, as I said in the first video, bisexuality, you might as well just, or no, I said that about the second video. You might as well just call the whole thing bisexual. Because, you know, when these guys go and become transgender, they think, you know, like, especially if a guy's into prostitution. He'll go out there and he'll sleep with women. I'm talking about transgender men. They'll sleep with women. They'll sleep with just about anybody. Okay? And they'll also, sometimes it's very rare, but they'll actually practice being tops. Most cases, though, they practice being bottoms. Okay? And let me tell you something about the transgender movement. Why I'm speaking of bisexuality. Transgenders definitely. Matter of fact, do you know there's a hidden population in America of straight men married to transgender women? Straight men married to transgender women is very, very high in certain states and in certain countries. In certain states and certain countries, men being married to transgender women, which means that the guy had transition surgery. He looks like a woman. If you look at him closely enough, you can tell that's a dude. But he plays his role as a female because that's the whole point of becoming transgender. So in a relationship, you expect most transgenders to play the role as a female. And these guys really have dysphoria. I mean, they really, really think that they can skip over their own chromosomes and be women. But when they're not in front of the camera, you walk around like a man. When you take that makeup off and all like that, you look like a man with boobs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You look like 100% plastic surgery like what you are. You're still not a woman. You still don't feel like a woman. You don't really know how to maintain yourself as a woman. Okay? You know how to maintain yourself well enough to get a straight guy to sleep with you. But you really don't know how to fulfill that straight man the way a woman can. Moms Mabley, Grace Jones, the ugliest woman you can find, can please that man way better than your transgender behind can please him, because she got that one thing. Okay? And when it's hot and bothered, okay, I don't care who the man is, he ain't gonna never forget it. There ain't no gay sex out there that's gonna compete with that. I don't care how pretty and how feminine the gay lover is. You ain't gonna never, you can't compete with the ugliest woman in the world. When that ugliest woman in the world is hot and bothered and into what she's doing, okay, she just stole your man. Okay? She just stole your man. Okay? And trust me, anybody who's never lost their virginity and they're gay from like a teenager and up or something of that nature, okay, you're not going to be gay forever. Or that's where bisexualism comes in. You'll start experimenting with bisexuality. Bisexuality is nasty though. It means you don't know what you want. But it's okay. Okay? Because at least you're honest. It's nasty, but you're honest. I think it is the most honest sex out there. Okay? But, you know, when you meet some of the people that are bisexual, you figure if he sleeps with a woman, she got to be the nastiest thing ever. And if he sleeps with a dude, he got to be the nastiest thing ever. Like, who's going to date this dude? Who's going to take the clothes off for this fool? You know, like my man, the amazing atheist. He want to come out and say he's bisexual. And I'm thinking, he looks like he eats his victims. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he eats his victims. He looks like whatever, especially if he sleeps with women. I mean, what kind of women is he sleeping with? Big fat Betsy Sue? You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the nastiest spectrum of an individual you ever want to meet. Okay? And I'm pretty sure he's bisexual because he wants to be man, but he'll take it whatever way he can get it. That's why he's bisexual. He'll take it any way he can get it. Okay? That's why he's bisexual. Okay? And I'll close there. Okay? I got, let me see, one more. I promise you, part 5 will be done. This will be part 4. Part 5 will be done. Okay? It's been fun. Stay tuned for more. God bless you, D. Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer. Stay tuned for more.